Hey, Gateway youth and friends, it is Adam here for another Ask Adam Anything video. Don't forget you can send in these questions anytime. We want to answer your questions that you care about. So the question today is something that's been coming up a lot with kids at our church. Is there an easy or is there an effective way to share Jesus with my friends? And I think this is a great question. It comes from a place of recognizing that we have a responsibility to share the hope of Jesus Christ with the world, but then also acknowledging like it is pretty scary to have to put yourself out there and feel like you could potentially feel embarrassed or cause a problem between you and somebody else, and you don't really know what to do to address it. And that's just human nature. If it was easy to share the gospel, we'd all be doing it all the time like we should be, but there's something going on inside of us. And so the first thing I want you to understand is you are not alone in your fear of talking about Jesus or talking about being a Christian with the people in your world, whether it's at school or maybe even family members or whatever it might be. And that's because there's a reality that there's something called spiritual warfare. You and I have an enemy that wants nothing more than to keep people in your life from the hope that is found in Jesus Christ alone. And so you're going to have this internal battle constantly where the enemy is saying, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it, and lying to you about how difficult it's going to be or embarrassing it might be or what a failure you're going to be if you try. So I just want to encourage you, you've been not given a spirit of fear and timidity, but one of boldness, so don't worry about that. But let's just to kind of walk through this challenge of what's an easy way that you're hoping that I'm going to give you a tool that makes it super simple for you to invite someone to hear about Jesus Christ. And if you're asking these questions, because one, you get that Jesus in the Great Commission, Matthew chapter 28, was super clear. He didn't give us a recommendation. He commanded you. If you're a believer, you have been called to participate in the work of saving sinners through Jesus Christ. So you have a responsibility to do that. And Romans chapter 10, verse 14 makes it very clear that this takes your effort of actually speaking the truth. It says, to paraphrase, basically, if no one is telling people, how will they know that they need Jesus? And so if you have people in your life who do not know Jesus Christ as Lord and Savior, if you don't tell them, who's going to tell them? And so I want to challenge you on that. So to kind of get into the practical couple things that you can do right now, like literally you can watch this video and put it into practice in 20 minutes. It's this simple. There is not some special program that you have to memorize to be an effective sharer of Jesus Christ in your school, family, friends, whatever it might be. The first thing that you can do right now, today, is asking that person that God has put in your heart, asking that person if you could pray for them. Like, just say, hey, I've been thinking about you, Sam. I've been thinking about you, Charlie. What's going on in your life? How can I pray for you? And it's that simple. And then it opens up a conversation. And you can trust that God will guide you if a conversation starts. Worst case scenario, they say, no, don't pray for me. Or they can say, yeah, I mean, sure, I guess I have a test. But it at least opens up a conversation. Second thing you can do, this is one that I guarantee you will be super simple, is you simply ask someone what they're doing on Sunday night. And if they're like, I don't know, say, you should come to youth group with me. Like literally invite someone to go to youth group with you on a Sunday night. And you might wonder, like, well, how's that help? It's like, one, I promise if you're coming to our youth group, you're going to hear the gospel every week. And if you open up that conversation by inviting someone to church where they're going to hear about Jesus, if they haven't before, it will kind of break the ice between you and that friend to have a deeper conversation. And again, it's not you like trying to start some like big in-depth conversation, in the last 5 minutes of, during the lunch period or something. It's just you simply saying, hey, what are you doing Sunday night? You should come to the youth group with me. So those two things. Can I pray for you? You should come to church with me. And it's going to open up a conversation. The third, a little more kind of in-depth. And this is, if you're really gutsy, I'm going to challenge you to do this. You just ask someone, what do you think is going to happen to you when you die? And then go from there. Just ask, what do you think is going to happen to you when you die? And then you can have that conversation where you can share that you have confidence because of Jesus Christ. Because Jesus says, I've gone ahead to make a place for you. I would not tell you if it were not so. Like Jesus has testified to what happens to us after we die, for those who are in Jesus and those who have turned from Jesus or have chosen sin over God. And so I hope that helps. It is really simple. Don't believe a lie that you have to have some expert technique and training. Just open up a conversation today. I hope that helps, and I hope to see some new friends at the next youth group. Have a great week.